third time a charm. I'm trying this out. Let's see if we can get Erin in here. This is Kim McLaughlin. I am going live with Erin, and let me see if we can share live video with Erin. I'm inviting her. Let's see if we can get in with her. Hi, Erin. Okay, we're going to try this one more time, love. Let me see. Erin is watching. I'm going to add you. Yes, add. Now you should be coming on, Erin. Hello. Connect. Oh my God, there you are.
Yay, I'm here. We did it.
This is super. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see you.
Me too.
There you are. I've got you on my other computer. Oh, okay. For anybody who doesn't know, I am Kim McLaughlin. I am here on Facebook Live. My friend Erin Summ is there. This is my third attempt to get this going today, and I'm excited because I have not done a Facebook Live with somebody else, and now I've got Erin on here, and we're ready to talk and chat and get to know each other. And I really want you all to get to know Erin. And I was saying in my other, as I was introducing you the first or the second time, Erin is a confidence coach. You can find her at Erin Summ, ERINSUMM.com.
Yes.
What I love is that Erin claims her greatness, and she is a confidence coach. And I think everybody, even those of us who try to do Facebook Lives and try and get it going, need confidence. And so, Erin, let us know who you are, what you do, and I'm interested in hearing more about you.
Yeah. So thank you, first of all, for having me on. I'm really excited to chat with you today. So what I do, I support women entrepreneurs mainly with their confidence, with getting past those feelings and those thoughts of I'm not good enough, I don't deserve this, I'm not worthy, and all that mindset chatter that holds us back and gets us into fear and stops us from moving forward. So I work with those women who are really ready to step into their power and their confidence to move forward and be seen and heard and get themselves out there so they can have everything that they desire in their life and their business.
What I think is interesting is I was thinking about talking with you is I think sometimes people think those of us, and I'm going to own it, that, you know, I put myself out there, I do videos, I have a website, I talk to people, I am out in the community a lot. And what I think people don't understand is that even those of us who look like extroverts, which I actually am, I don't look like one, I am an extrovert, and I do get out there. But I got to tell you, when you talk about confidence, it's me. Like, I don't have it 100%. I can pretend, but even extroverts like me have difficulty with confidence. Have you found that with people that you work with?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's not just for introverts. And I am an introvert, or maybe like on the border kind of, because I do love being around people, but then I have to go home and take a nap or be by myself for a while. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely, anyone can lack confidence, and it can come and go. Sometimes we go from being in a job to being our own boss, and that can shake us. There's lots of things that can shake us up, even for people who have the most confidence. So it's not just an introvert extrovert thing, or anything like that. So
Yeah, so can you just, like, what's your idea about what kind of what leads us to lack confidence? Because I think that there's kind of a starting spot, and I wondered if you had some ideas about what leads us to lack confidence.
yeah, absolutely. So there's lots of things, but it usually starts in childhood, and we can have the best parents on the planet ever and still lack confidence. It doesn't have anything to do necessarily with the parents. It can be, just our being out in the world, and the society that we live in can steal our confidence because we have to look and be a certain way and act a certain way. And if we don't, then that can steal our confidence. It could be parents, the way we were raised. It could be our sensitivities around things that we heard. If we hear no too many times, that might tell us that we're not good enough, right? We're not worthy, different things like that. So we create our own thoughts around what we are, who we are, what we can deserve or have, and all these different things. It doesn't necessarily have to be an event or the way we were raised, but it can be those things, but it can just be the way we react to certain things in our life. You know, I've met lots of people who, like I said, were going from a job to entrepreneurship, and that stole their confidence. Or maybe they're working in corporate and they had a boss that stole their, that stole their confidence. Or maybe it was a marriage. There's all sorts of different things that can steal it along the way, that can shake us up. And sometimes we have tons of confidence and then it goes away at some point and we have to build it back up again.
So that's interesting. What I keep resonating with. So what I keep resonating with is when you keep saying people, like there are situations or people or times that steal it. And that was interesting because what I loved is that you're not getting into blaming anybody. Our parents didn't make a, I mean, it obviously can come with that, but like, I love the concept that you said that it gets stolen. And what that told me is, as you said it, was that if it gets stolen, we can keep it. We don't have to allow that to happen, is how I hear. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but you have to be aware of that, what it's happening and what the thoughts are and all that stuff. It starts with awareness, right? We have to have that deep self-love for ourselves too, to not allow it to be stolen. So whether you have someone come into your life that is someone who might steal your confidence, if we have that deep self-love and that strong confidence in yourself, you can say, nope, see you later, right? To that person, you can set the boundaries to not let your confidence be stolen. But you have to be aware of your boundaries and your own confidence and your self-love for yourself first, and your worth.
Lots of great ideas. It's kind of like it gives us a context about how to look at confidence and how it gets stolen, taken away, because I think there's just so much going on in our world that is kind of mean and stuff. And I know for me that even though I get out there, I have a softness to me, and I have, it kind of can get through into my heart, is what I heard you say. Like it gets in, and that, I struggle with that, and allowing those things on the outside coming in, can be really tough.
Yeah, it can be. And so it's about, standing your ground and knowing who you are and standing in your power too, and not letting those other things get to you and get in your way.
So Erin, if we're going to talk about, I love whenever I talk about things or I write in my blog, I always like to have doables. I always say that when people come and listen to me talk, or they read something, like my intention is that you don't just get insight, you get a takeaway. Like you get a takeaway, a doable is what I call it. And so could you help us out? I asked you in advance, like 3 tips, and maybe could you give us one tip that helps us increase confidence, move through confidence, or is your confidence kind of booster?
Yeah, I have lots of tips, but
good. I need them.
Yeah, good. Well, I always tell people to start with your vision, because you have to have a big, strong, clear vision of what you want in your life before you can start moving forward and developing, all the things that you want, reaching for them. Because we get into fear, we get into this mind chatter about I can't have that, I can't do that. So, but if you have a big, huge vision to move you forward, when you get into those fearful places, when you start to lack confidence and get in, I don't know, that vision is going to help you to keep moving forward when you start to hold yourself back. So create a strong vision, whether that's for your business, for your life, for your love life, whatever that is that you're wanting to create a strong vision around that, because that's going to help you keep moving forward when you start to get into that lacking confidence and the mindset, I can't do this and all of that. So that's the first thing.
So the thing that I think is interesting is that that's actually part of what you do. And so anybody that doesn't know Erin, I know Erin does regular vision board retreats, and that is a way to put out that vision that you're talking about. I love doing that myself. And I love that you do it with people. And I like that, but also I like to also do it in terms of journaling. Those are kind of the two ways that I think of when I think of just what you say, that, keep your eye on the prize. What's out there and where am I going?
Right. Yeah, and it's really helped. I've had a lot of ladies go through the visioning workshops, and every time there's people go, oh my gosh, my confidence is so much higher just after creating their vision. Because when you know what you want, it's so much easier to start moving forward and to get past those blocks that are stopping you, and they start creating success almost immediately after those workshops, because they have their eye on something different. They're not stuck in their fear. And I see Ruth is watching. She's gone through 2 of my visioning workshops.
Does she? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, hi Ruth, it is so good to see you. She says
Hi,
she
Ruth.
misses
You
us.
too.
We're the helpful tips and knowledge. She loves Erin's vision workshop. Thank you, Ruth. Thanks for letting us know that you're here and how much she's affected you. Hi, Carrie. I see you've joined too. Oh my God, everybody's coming on board. I'm loving it. That builds
Yay.
my confidence.
Yay.
Having people watch us and say hi. Just being honest. Erin, what's another I love the vision board idea, keeping your eye on your prize. What's another tip that you have for people about increasing building confidence?
Yeah, well, you got to take some kind of steps. So I've taken a lot of large leaps in my life and my business. And I don't necessarily recommend that you start there, because a lot of times it's like way too scary for most people. But to even just the tiniest little baby step, making one phone call, saying hello to people on the street if you're walking your dog, it doesn't matter, just the tiniest little thing. Start there, and then those little baby steps are going to lead to bigger steps and bigger confidence, and it's going to start rolling. You're going to get that momentum, and pretty soon you're going to be doing Facebook Live videos and taking big leaps and really moving forward. So just start with the tiniest little step if you need to. I know that sometimes the fear gets in there, and the fear is most of the time way bigger than the reality of the risk or the fear.
I like it. And I love the idea of the small step that, so the first thing you talked about was the vision and having the bigger goal. And then what are all the little steps? I love doing that kind of like as they call it a mind map. I don't know what you use, but like, the circle of the big goal. The big goal could be doing a Facebook Live. And then you come off of that, all the spokes of what will it take to get me there? And sometimes it's just doing something that we would say would be quote unquote small, but it has a big momentum to move you forward. So doing one thing, also, can I add, and I hope this isn't your third tip, but and to acknowledge that you've done it.
Yes,
You know what
that's
I'm
so
saying?
important.
Like if you've done that small step, no, when you've done that small step, say, yeah, I rock. Whether, saying hi to somebody new, making that phone call that was tough, giving eye contact to somebody that kind of scares you or makes you feel uncomfortable, just say, yeah, good job. When you do those things, can be really reinforcing to then have you do the next step.
Yeah, that's really important. And I do talk about that too, is that especially as women, we tend to forget to acknowledge all the stuff that we've done. We tend to look at all the stuff that we still have on our to-do list, right? All the stuff that we still have to do. And we forget to acknowledge ourselves for all the stuff that we did do. Well, most of the time we've done way more stuff than we acknowledge. And we beat ourselves up instead of taking the time to say, wow, yeah, I really did a great job today, or, this week.
That's excellent. Yeah. So that's tip number 2. We're going to do a third tip. I want anybody who's, hi, Senny, I see you're on the line, and Valerie has joined. It's so good to see all you guys coming and listening. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments, and I'll make sure to leave time for Erin to answer them at the end. Also, Erin has a freebie she's going to give us at the end, so don't go away. And I'll put it in the chat at the very end, but please don't go away. We've got more. So, Erin, what is a third tip you have for people to boost confidence, build confidence?
Yeah. So you really have to start building your self-worth. A lot of times we feel like we aren't worthy of what we want. We aren't deserving. And so we have to start looking at, well, yeah, I am worthy. Why am I worthy? You know, what are the things that why am I valuable? What do other people see in me that I don't see in me? Because most of the time, the other people in our lives see so much more in us than we see. They see our potential, they see our worth and our value that we lack in seeing in ourselves, right? And so start looking at, even ask some of your really close friends or mentors, what do you see in me? If you can't figure out what value you bring and how you are worthy, start asking really close people who you trust to tell you how amazing you are. And start writing mantras. Start writing mantras of, I am worthy. I do deserve to have the great love of my life, or a successful business, or a six-figure income, or whatever those things are that you want. Start writing, I am worthy. I can have this. I'm super valuable. I bring so much value to my clients and my friends. And, you know, those mantras are going to really help you. They actually will change the way your brain works, and you're going to eventually start thinking in those ways and creating more success and confidence as well. Your confidence will really build when you start thinking in that way, instead of, oh, I can't do this, I'm not good enough, blah, 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 right?
You know, it's really interesting. I love what you said about that, you know, in order to figure out it, sometimes we don't even know what value we have. And like we lack confidence because we don't even acknowledge it, right? And
Right.
that really, that's super, super helpful tip of ask other people. I've seen people do it where they'll have like, kind of like they call it a brain trust kind of thing. And they'll have people come over to their house and say, tell me all the things that you like about me. What do you know about me that I might forget? And it's been really interesting to hear people do that, and actually to hear people. I've never asked the question myself, but I listen for people telling me positive things. And the thing that's most important is say thank you. Thank you. Don't, and then be
Yeah.
quiet. Don't say, oh, but that's not true and that's not true. That really, if they're your friends and confidants and people that they know you, they're telling you the truth. Just say thank you and embrace
Yeah.
it. And then I love what you said, and then write it as an I am statement. If they say you're kind, I am kind. If they say they love
Yes.
your confidence, I am confident, right?
Yes.
And own it.
Yes, I
That
love
is
that.
so good. Yeah.
Yeah. And you said something that I wanted to touch on, and I totally forgot it, in one ear and out the other.
Does anybody have a question for Erin? I'm not seeing any come up. Is there any kind of last word you have, or kind of ideas that you think people should really know?
I remember what I was going to say. So you were saying about compliments, is just taking it in and saying thank you. That's really important, and it's a great confidence builder. And not just for compliments, but if somebody's wanting to buy you coffee or lunch or giving you a gift, just say thank you and accept it. That's a huge confidence builder. I used to say, and most of us do say, oh no, that's okay. Or they give you a compliment, you say, oh no, my hair, it's a bad hair day, you know. No, just take the compliment. And the more you do that, the more you're going to be able to receive all sorts of things in your life and your business. You know, money, clients, everything is going to start coming more easily to you because you're able to receive and say thank you, and it's going to build your confidence too.
I think what I hear you saying, Erin, and this is really wonderful, is that by building your confidence, actually you're gonna increase your satisfaction in your life. That it really has that big of an effect. And that I would think that if you don't have confidence, it would then be critical to build that up, because it's going to ripple out into your life in all of the areas: family, wealth, socially, business, friends. It helps in all kinds of ways.
Yes, absolutely. Every single aspect of your life will be affected when you build your confidence.
Wow. Well, I'm so appreciative of you talking with me today. My very, very first Facebook Live with somebody else, and it couldn't have been better with you, because you're such a great, you have such great information. What I want to know, Erin, is what kind of people?
Well, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. What, if they want to get a hold
See,
of you,
I
freebie,
just did
what do you
my took
have?
my own advice.
You just did
So
what?
I have a free. I just took my own advice. You see, I did that.
Yes, I got it.
I have a free report. It's called 7 Secrets to Lasting Confidence for More Clients and Money in the Bank. And you can get that on my website. It's erinsumm.com/7, the number 7 secrets.
7 secrets. Okay.
And I'll type
And
that
we'll
in the
post
comments
that.
after.
We'll post it in the comments too, okay?
Yeah.
You guys pick up her right. She is the go-to girl about confidence. I just need a question if you have a
Thank you.
few minutes. Valerie
Sure.
HR wrote, how do you tame the harsh critic? How do you tame the harsh critic?
Right.
How to tame the harsh critic in my own head? How
Yes.
do you do
So
that?
first, Valerie, thank you for the question. Yeah. So first you have to start by recognizing when you're having those thoughts, when the critic's coming up, recognizing what is that thought, what is the gremlin, what I like to call it, saying to you when it's coming up, and then start reversing the thought. So if it's saying you're not good enough, you're not talented enough, you can't do this, reverse it. You are good enough. You can do this. You're amazing. You're super talented. People want to hear what you have to say. Whatever it is that your gremlin or your critic is saying, reverse it. Change it to the opposite. And the more you do that, the more you're going to automatically start thinking that way. And that critic will start to go away over time. Now, that being said, we can never completely get rid of that critic. I'm sure even Oprah has her own inner critic at times, but every single, even when you're highly, highly successful, we're still going to have that critic. But they, these people who learn to shut it down, quiet it down, and they learn what that message is that their critic is saying, and they can easily overcome that much more quickly the more you work with it. And get my free report,
That's
and
really
it will
great.
tell you. Yeah,
Okay.
it'll give you some more
So it's
info.
in your free report how to do this too.
Yeah.
Great. That I love that you call them the gremlins. That gives me a visual, and that I love that it's just whatever they tell you, say the opposite of it. That's a really good takeaway for me. Like it's just the opposite. I don't have to be crazy figuring it out, but just do the say the opposite. And Valerie got the good. Valerie,
Yeah.
thank you. She says thank you, and we do appreciate your question, Valerie. You guys. Erin, tell them again where they can find your free report.
It's erinsumm.com/the number 7 secrets with an S at the end, plural. So I will type that into the comments as well, so you can grab that after.
Great. Thank you again, Erin. I'm so glad to be with you. I don't see any other questions. And people, if you have questions, put them in the comments, and I'll make sure they get to Erin so she can answer you back. I am Kim McLaughlin. I am from feedyoursoulunlimited.com. It's been my pleasure to talk with Erin. Keep on the lookout. We're going to do this more. And thank you, Erin, and I will talk to you later.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much, Kim. Bye, everyone.
Bye.